Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a yoga practice for strength and flexibility. It's going to be short and sweet, so find just a little bit of space to move and let's get started. So let's begin today in just a nice comfy seat, and I want you to bring your hands or your fingertips just to the floor beside you. And feel free to close your eyes if you would like. And we're going to take a nice big inhale to lengthen through the spine. And the exhale as you soften through the shoulders, and just take another inhale, maybe sitting a little taller. And exhale, let it go. Take another breath in. And a big breath out. Awesome, you guys. With your next inhale, you can start to reach your right arm up for the ceiling. Reach, 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 and maybe lean over to the side if it feels good. Maybe even spreading the fingers nice and wide. Just feeling the nice side body stretch, and use a big inhale to lift yourself back up. Rest your fingertips on the floor again and inhale your left arm up. And maybe lean on over, but just reach, create the length, create the stretch. Remember to breathe. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, slowly bringing yourself back up. Find that nice long spine. Your hands just resting on the floor at your sides. Take another inhale and a nice big exhale. Awesome, you guys. If your eyes are closed, you can start to open them up. We're going to come onto our hands and knees and set up a tabletop. So you can spread your fingers nice and wide. We're going to send our right leg out behind us. So tuck your toes. Send your heel to the wall or whatever it is that's behind you. Just get a nice little calf stretch. And you can stay here, or you can walk your foot over to the left behind you, and probably off of your mat. And once you get your foot over to the left side a little bit, notice what the hips are doing. They're probably also going to the left, so see if you can send them back to the right. And maybe you can feel this through your oblique, your outer hip, your leg. And then using an inhale, if that foot is over to that left side, slowly start to walk it back right behind you. And slide your knee in, reset your tabletop, re-spread those fingers out nice and wide, you're balanced, and then sending the left leg out. Starting by stretching that calf a little bit, tuck the toes, push the ball of the foot into the mat, and you can definitely stay here, or you can walk the foot over to the right behind you, over to the side, kind of like you want the hips to go to the right, but then you're going to send them back to the left. Awesome, you guys. Maybe feeling this in a whole lot of places through that left side of your body. Nice, you guys. And using that inhale, start to walk your foot back right behind you, and then slide the knee back in. Tabletop reset if you need to spread your fingers wide again, and then take a big inhale, drop your belly, starting to lift the chest, maybe the chin. And exhale, slowly round it out. Push into the palms, open up through the shoulders, the upper back. Tuck your chin, and then using an inhale, come back to a nice flat back. We're going to tuck our toes underneath and lift on up into downward facing dog. Awesome, you guys. So taking just a few moments here, still warming up. If you do want to take your dog for a little walk, you can pedal the feet a few times, pushing into the palms, opening up through those shoulders, maybe breathing a little bit deeper. And let's stay here for just one more full breath. Inhale and exhale. And then using an inhale, slowly start to look forwards, and exhale. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. As you inhale, lift your upper body halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing, reaching on up, looking up. And exhale, lower your hands through heart center and down to your sides. Awesome, you guys. We're going to stay standing for a moment. You can either have your feet side by side, Or you can cross your left foot in front of the right foot and kind of squeeze the legs together a little bit. So if that left foot is in front, make sure you're nice and balanced. And then we're going to rest our arms by our sides and use an inhale to start to reach the left arm up as well and lean over to the side if it feels good. The right arm, it can stay by your side, or maybe you want to reach it up as well. You could interlace the fingers. You could push the palms up and away and breathe. Nice side body stretch. And then using an inhale, let's just lift the upper body back up. And exhale, let your arms fall to your sides. If your legs are crossed, simply uncross them and then cross them the other way. So the right foot in front probably. Arms to your sides, hands besides your hips, and then use an inhale to reach and lengthen through the right side. Reach that right arm up. Maybe adding the left. Maybe interlacing the fingers, whatever feels good. Awesome, you guys. And using an inhale, lift back up. And exhale, let your arms fall back to your sides. If your legs are crossed, uncross them. Shake it out a little bit. Find the top of your mat if you wandered off. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, long spine. Exhale, folding forwards. Nice, you guys. Plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Let's take a nice big inhale, big exhale, and then use an inhale and start to come forwards into a plank. So we're just going to take a second here. I want you in a plank. You can walk your feet together. We're going to turn over into a side plank. So you're going to spin onto the outside of that right foot. And then, hang on, I want you to bring your left foot forwards as a little kickstand for some support. And then we're just going to slowly lower the hips down, so you can regroup and reset. So we're on our right hip, our right leg is on the bottom, and our left foot is in front of us for support. So you can either stay on your right hand, or you can be on your right forearm if you have discomfort through that wrist, or if you just want to be on your forearm today. But we're going to lift our hips up for a nice side stretch and a nice side plank. So maybe that left hand's on the floor for support as well. Maybe you can reach it up, but let's take a nice big inhale and lift the hips. Push into that right foot, push into that left foot, and push into that right arm or that right hand. And whatever this left arm's doing, you might want to reach it above your head and try to lift the hips a little higher and just kind of stretch those obliques. Stretch your body. Forget about the side plank and core work, but stretch. Awesome, you guys. Stay here for a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, gracefully let the hips come all the way back down to the floor. And then you can just send that left leg out on top of the right one. We're just going to pivot onto our hands and knees. We're going to reset our plank. So I'm going to come into this from the plank, but we are just switching sides. So maybe setting up the plank, feet together, rolling to the outside of that left foot. You can step your right foot out to the side and then gracefully let the hips drop down. And maybe you just ended up here in some other way. Awesome, you guys. So take a second, set it up. Decide if you want to be on that left forearm or the left palm. Make sure your right foot is there for a nice big kickstand. And then do what you got to do. Take a nice big inhale and let's lift those hips up and just breathe here for a few breaths. What's that right arm doing? Maybe it's holding you up a little bit. Maybe your hand is on your hip. Maybe you're reaching forwards above your head. Can you lift your hips a little higher? Can you create length through the side body? Awesome, you guys. Stay for an inhale and use the exhale to gently place your hips down with some control. Awesome, you guys. Sending that right leg back out, turning back over onto your hands, onto your knees maybe, or maybe you'd like to lift up into one more plank, but let's find our way into downward facing dog. So take your time and find your way into down dog. Push into those palms. Take a nice big breath in, big breath out. And then use an inhale to look forwards. And exhale, walk or step. Maybe you want to jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, folding forwards. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reaching up, looking up. And exhale your hands through heart center down to your sides. Awesome, you guys. So we're going to step our feet out wide. Feel free to turn on your mat or just be off of your mat. But our toes are going to point out to the sides, and I want you in a nice wide squat. So instead of letting the shoulders and the upper body tip forwards, I want you to keep your shoulders and your upper body lifted. And you might want to rock it out a little bit side to side. Open those hips. Forget about the work of the legs and just think about this as a lovely hip opener. And then we're just going to bring our hands to rest on top of our legs. And you can just stay here. Soften your shoulders. If you want to add yet another side stretch though, we're going to take an inhale and lift the right arm up. Reach up, 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 and maybe lean on over to the side. Awesome, you guys. Stay light through that left hand. And then use an inhale. Bring your upper body back up. Let that go. Soften those shoulders. Take a big inhale. Lift the left arm. Lean over to the side if you want to. Maybe spread your fingers a little wider. Awesome, you guys. So strong. Inhale. Lift yourself back up. Exhale as you straighten your legs. Turn your toes to point forwards. Hands to the hips. As you inhale, lengthen. And exhale, start to tip forwards. You can come halfway in this forward fold, trying to stretch the back of the legs, forgetting about those quads. Or you can bring your hands to the floor and keep folding. Just breathe, slow it down. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, we're going to slowly lift ourselves all the way back up. And you can step your feet back in together to the top of that mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take your half lift. Long spine. Exhale, fold it forwards. Plant your hands. Step on back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Awesome, you guys. One more inhale. And use the exhale to lower your knees down to your mat. Cross your ankles. Have a seat. Find a nice, comfy seated position. Cross-legged or some other comfy seated position. Just resting your hands on your knees. Closing your eyes. Soften your shoulders. Slow down the breath. And if you'd like to let your chin just fall down towards the collarbone, feeling the length of the back of the neck, top of the shoulders. And using an inhale to slowly lift your chin back up. Maybe just letting your head turn over towards the right shoulder. And gently turning the chin back to center, maybe over to that left shoulder. Awesome, you guys. Then inhale, bring your chin back through center, maybe sit a little taller if you got some space to grow. And you can bring your hands together in front of your heart. That is it. That is all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day. And until next time, namaste.